Hello, my name is Dr. Phil Slonkoski. I'm the Chief Science Geek here at Integrative Health Supplements. And in this video, I'm going to explain the difference between a full spectrum product, a broad spectrum product, and an isolate form of CBD. Now, this is a confusing topic right now, and my hope is by the end of this video, you're going to understand this a lot better. So when looking for a CBD hemp oil, now in this video, I want to remind you that we're talking about specifically hemp oil. CBD can come from both the hemp plant and the marijuana plant. And if you remember in a previous video that I made, I discussed the difference primarily being the concentration of THC. If the concentration of THC is less than 0.3%, it's considered a hemp plant. But there are so many marijuana plants that have been bred with high THC and high specific terpene counts. I mean, that's what gives that great variety in the medical marijuana space, is the different strains that are out there, different cultivars that all have different amazing properties. But when dealing with hemp right now, we're specifically talking about plants that have less than 0.3% THC, but yet still have the CBD, still have the different types of cannabinoids, still have the different terpenes and flavonoids. So when dealing with the term full spectrum, what you need to know is that if you buy a full spectrum product, it simply means that it contains all the beautiful goodness that's in that plant. So you have a plant, and in that plant, they grow it and it has all these different terpenes and flavonoids and cannabinoids in it. When they work their amazing magic in science and distill out that oil is going to have all those properties in it, including the THC. That's a full spectrum product. So when you buy full spectrum, it's going to have THC, it's going to have cannabinoids, it's going to have terpenes, it's going to have flavonoids, it's going to have everything in it. Now, let's contrast that to broad spectrum. The term broad spectrum is relatively new because up until recently, there were not enough emerging products on the market that were hemp oil products that had no THC, that still had counts, high enough counts of terpenes and cannabinoids to be considered full spectrum. But as science progresses and technology improves, you're going to see more of this. Because some people don't want the THC, some people don't need the THC. And so having a product out there that contains all the cannabinoids, all the flavonoids, and all the terpenes, along with all the other nutrients and so forth, but yet not having the THC, there's a huge market for that. And that's going to be broad spectrum. So to review, full spectrum means that you have all the properties in the plant. Specifically, it includes THC. But when talking about broad spectrum, or comparing a full spectrum product to a broad spectrum product, they may be the same, except in the broad spectrum product, you don't have any THC. Now, how does that compare to an isolate form? Now, isolates were one of the early emergers into the CBD market because CBD as a single molecule, which can come from both hemp and marijuana, could be distilled down and removed. If you remember in another video, we talked about how there's over 100 different types of cannabinoids out there. CBD being just one of that 100, and THC being another one of that 100 different types of cannabinoids. But when dealing with CBD, the initial thought was, what if we take the CBD out of the plant and have just the CBD, a highly concentrated form? Wouldn't that be amazing and effective? Because we know that CBD, as it works on the endocannabinoid system, will do amazing things if we have a highly concentrated product. Well, what's interesting is in 2015, there was a study out of Israel that was published. And what it showed is that CBD isolates don't perform as well as a full spectrum product, or even as well as a broad spectrum product. When you have, it's something that's related to what is called the entourage effect. And what they discovered is that when you have CBD just by itself, yes, it will work, but when you have the CBD combined with the other cannabinoids, the CBG, the CBA, and the terpenes, and the flavonoids, and all the other phytonutrients, you get a better, longer lasting effect. So, to review, there's 3 terms that are being used out there: full spectrum, broad spectrum, and isolate. An isolate form of CBD is going to be just CBD. A full spectrum is going to be phytocannabinoid rich with different cannabinoids. It's going to have different nutrients. It's going to have different flavonoids and terpenes and all these amazing properties, including THC. And when we talk about a broad spectrum, it's going to have all the goodness from a full spectrum, but not have any THC. I hope this makes sense. Thank you for taking the time to listen and to watch. As you continue your journey into the world of helping your body heal and be better, hopefully this information will help you get there. Again, thank you on behalf of us here at Integrative Health Supplements. If you'd like to continue to follow and learn more, please subscribe to any of our channels. Thank you again. Take care.